what happened. I don't know what happened. But somehow I kicked myself out of live. So we are back. I'm not even gonna share it this time. Because yeah, we can't. I don't know. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to see if I can delete. I'm gonna try to share it from another thing. Let me see if I can do it from something else. Because that did not work. It just kicked me the F out. So let me see if I can do it on another one. Let me do this real quick. Oh my goodness. Y'all, you see, this is how things go. This is how things go. So first I'm gonna go to the community wall and I don't know. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to see if I can delete this. Delete it. Delete the post. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it on a whole different thing because I don't even trust that now. You see what I'm saying? I don't even trust it now. But I think it's on here. Okay, I think I'm in it, and I think I can share it. Hey, Coach. I'm trying to see if this is it. Okay, let me share my live. Oh, this is the old one. Yeah, this is the old live. So, nope, that's not the current live. See, this is why. This is why. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. Let's see. I don't know. I can't share it. I'll have to share it afterwards. Um, but I know what I can do. At least I think I can. I think I can monetize it from here. Let me see. See, this is why we should always be prepared. Do I have two lives going? I don't even know. Okay. So I'm going in here and making them both monetized. Because I have no idea if I literally have two lives going right now. Because that's what it looks like. So let me see if they're both still going. I have two lives going, y'all. And I'm only in one of them. I don't know how. Let me see if I can shut down one of the lives. Gosh. See if I can. I don't know. I don't even know. All right. I'm just not gonna even deal with it. We'll figure it out when we when we um when we shut this live down. We will figure it out at that particular point because it looks like I have two lives going, and I'm only in one of them. So yeah, let me get the music back and let me just do what I gotta do and move on. Hopefully, let's get our music back. Let's get our music back. And there's our music. think that's it. Yep, that's the music I have. Let me turn it down. It's a little loud. All that because I kicked myself out. And I do hope that I don't have two lives going right now because if I do, oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. Hopefully, y'all will figure out that the other one's not going because I mean my camera. I can't be doing two lives at the same time. I can't. One has to have shut down. But I'll fix that later, I guess. So anyway, shouts out to all my fellow content creators who are out here doing content. Doing content. That's right. Let me straighten this up. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to get it so that y'all are. There we go. So it's on the candle. Okay. So anyway, um, I am trying to do this live. I'm trying to be consistent. I think that I will be dropping some upload material today. It's really going to be a holiday dump, and it's footage from when I went out of town for Thanksgiving and when I went out of town right before Christmas. And I took pictures and, you know, did a little video and all of that stuff. And we're gonna try to drop all of that in a dump later today. But um, I did start out the year with a short saying Happy New Year to y'all. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just stay on it. Let me see. So I don't know. I can't even tell. Let me see. You used to be able to like change the background and make it like all kinds of stuff, but let me see. Maybe you can do it on this side. Nope. Mm-mm. They took it. They took that feature out. It's a feature where you could have the bubbles and stuff going in your background. They took that feature out. I don't know. Maybe it's in there if I had set this up as a vertical. I don't know, but yeah. So it's very interesting to me that some folk just started out the year on the same BS that they ended last year on. Like, what is wrong with y'all, folks? And then you're coming out thinking folk are jealous and hating on you. It's the delusion for me. It's the delusion for me. And the people who think that people are jealous of them, I mean, if it was the drop dead gorgeous, you know, or something like that, I can understand. But that's not who y'all are. Mm-mm. You guys are average at best, to use a Kevin Samuels term. And yet, you think that you're the finest thing since French wine. I don't know. And this is not me body shaming or look shaming, you know, but because see, can't nobody ever tell me that I'm not fine as hell, okay? And that they wish that they had skin as clear as mine in their 60s and still have a body yada yada in their 60s. I'm just saying. But then again, I dress appropriate for my age too. And I'm always exercising. As y'all know, I did a lot of walking videos last year. Probably will do some this year. Too. We'll definitely will do some this year. Not probably. We'll definitely do some this year. Um, Not sure if I'm gonna do them so much at lunchtime because I'm only like I only do like a 30-minute lunch most of the time because I like to get off early. I start work early and I go and get off early. So that's what I'm doing. Now I have verified that I'm on. I guess something's on. I just don't know what's on. But there's a live, and I've monetized it. I monetized the other one too, so we're all good. But it it makes me laugh when people are stuck on stupid on this app and think that it's all about them. When people don't come to this app about us, they come here for freaking content. Be the content or you deliver content. I'm one of those people who delivers content. Like I put out a coffee talk on December the 31st, right before it was the new year. And it was a coffee talk on May December romances and really on why they are looked at differently when the December is the female and the May is the male. And I've even seen that here on the platform, you know, which is what prompted me to do that. Now, we all remember how Stella got her groove back. And in the depiction, Stella's in her 40s, she's with a guy in his 20s. And it was an interesting take because it showed the humanity of it, not the stereotype that, you know, it's all about sex for older women who are with younger men. I mean, that's part of it, but that's part of relationships, young and old, for the most part. But that movie also validated that it was a legitimate relationship. Now, of course, it was based on, of course, the unfortunate marriage of Terry McMillan to a husband that I don't understand how she couldn't see that he was playing for your other team, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but typically, when we engage with someone who's younger than us, they're typically in our, they're less than 10 years old, younger than us, most of the time. You don't really see a lot of black women that are in these relationships where there's a huge gap. Not because we can't, but because we just don't. But we've seen the Demi Moores and Ashton Kutchers of this world, and we also see how that ended up because eventually he wanted kids and she was past having kids, you know. But we've seen several folk have babies at 50. Janet Jackson, Halle Berry. They're unicorns. They're unicorns. Because we don't have babies at 50, even if we can. We'd rather throw ourselves off of a cliff than have a baby at 50. I'm just saying. Hey, BLD. Morning. But it's very interesting to me that we we have a very different view, shall I say, when, hey TC, we have a different view when the December in a May December relationship is a male versus it being the female. Because let's think about this. It's because we live in patriarchal society and it has been a commonplace for older men to get with younger women for centuries. Think about it. Up until very recently, you had women who were teenagers getting married under the age of 18, and the man could have been in his 30s or 40s. And this was normalized in this country. This was normalized. But it would never be allowed for a woman in her 40s to be with someone under the age of 18, a male under the age of 18. We've seen what has happened in those situations where it's been a teacher, even in her 20s or 30s, and taking advantage of students. Okay, that's the depiction is that it's an older woman coming after some childlike boy, but nobody had a problem when men were doing this. Now, I'm not saying that that's what should be happening, but I'm just saying that when a woman in her 40s is with somebody in his 20s, or a woman in her 50s is with somebody in his 30s, we side eye that whole situation, but we don't blink when it's the reverse and the man is the older party. So is that our patriarchal society? Is it because we don't have a value for older women? We don't see that they're still beautiful, that they're still vibrant, and even if they have quote unquote hit the wall, that they are not still, you know, actual beings. I mean, because let's think about this. Do y'all really think that older people don't have have sex? I know it's early in the day for that, but I'm just saying. From what I understand, they have it well into the 80s and 90s. Hmm. They're still, if they can still move, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. But nobody wants, in our society, nobody wants to see a grandmother with someone who's young enough to be her son. But we don't have any problem seeing a grandfather with someone young enough to be their daughter. Now, in each situation, the younger party is looked at as a gold digger, but it seems to be more acceptable when it's a female because, it's okay for her to live off of him. But God forbid that the woman is, you know, the dominant one and the money maker, the one who has all the money, and then she has her a young boy toy. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, y'all. So that was kind of the conversation that I put in my coffee cup because now y'all seen the recent uh, adventures of just Krista in the beef sector. And I don't know why she keeps going with these guys that are clearly much younger than her. I mean, if they're in their 30s and you're in your 50s, that's that's at least over 10 years. We're over that 10-year threshold. And I'm just curious to to understand, what does a woman in their 50s have in common with a man in his 30s? I'm just wondering, because in my 50s, I wasn't looking at no men in their 30s. They couldn't get my attention. Could not get my attention. So, hey, swag. So, I'm just wondering what women in their 50s would see in men in their 30s. Black, white, pink, purple. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're a black woman, white woman, Asian woman. It doesn't even matter. My question is still the same. What does a woman in her 50s see in a man in his 30s? You know? And in our 50s, it's not all about sex. We still want it, but that's not going to hold um, our attention. So I'm trying to figure out how some guy in his 30s is able to verbally stimulate a woman in her 50s. I'm just wondering. Hello, son. You want to come say hi? All right, let me turn the camera around so that they can see you. Hold on. Say hi. Look at them. Say hi. Say hi, y'all. Okay, they hear you. All right. Okay. Going out. Close my door, please. Thank you, sir. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, let me flip it back. Yeah. So I I didn't get that, but it's not really for me to get, you know. But I understand why she was being dragged for being with the younger men, because most of us don't understand that. You know, I mean, we mature faster than men, and so by that same element, I don't see how someone in their 30s could hold my attention. But that's just me, you know, and I'm a very young 60s. I'm a very young woman in my 60s. I look very young. I still get hit on by guys in their 40s. If somebody in their 30s is coming at me, it better be nothing but ma'am, or as they all say, auntie. That's what they say now, auntie. Because no. And granted, these are virtual these are virtual relationships or friendships or whatever. But still, you know, and maybe all of that was just for YouTube. Maybe it was just for YouTube. But in the real world, we see it in the real world too, though. That's what I'm saying. You know, Demi Moore is an example. Now, granted, I believe she was in her 40s when she got with Ashton Kutcher, but he was still in his 20s when he got with her. When he left her, he was still young. And isn't it interesting that he got with Mila Kunis, his co-star from that '70s show? Isn't that interesting that those two got together? I'm just saying, interesting that they ended up together. And she is the one he ended up having kids with, which is what I would always think about. Now, let me just share from my past experience. In my past, when I was younger, I was in my 40s. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. I was in my 40s. I had someone who was in their 20s who was interested in me. And I talked to them for a minute. This was all long distance. It never went any further than us just talking or anything. But however, this particular person was very mature for his age. He's like in his late 20s. I was in my early 40s. Like, yeah, 41, maybe 42. Still in my childbearing years. Still in my childbearing years. LOL. Um, was still at an age where I would have been willing to have a child. But I wasn't having no child with nobody in their 20s. That was there were men that were in my age range that were thinking that they would, saddle me with a baby at that time to quote unquote trap me with them. Yeah, men do that too. It's not just women who be trying to saddle somebody with a baby. There are men who try to do that too. But I digress. In my situation, he had very interesting conversation. And clearly he had been around people who were much older than him because he was um, a late in life child to his parents, and all of his siblings were much, much older than him. Like when he was born, they were in high school. The youngest ones were in high school. So basically, he grew up with grown siblings. So that could be why he was more mature. But I wasn't interested in having no kid. So, and he wanted a kid. He wanted a woman that was going to have a kid with him. He was going to come from whatever part of the country he was in, be where you are, so y'all can have a kid. I'm totally serious. But nah, I wasn't doing it. He did get that kid he wanted, though, by the way. And the the woman he had a kid with was close to the same age range to me. And from what I know, he ended up pretty much doing everything, raising his daughter because she didn't want no kid. So he got what he wanted. I think his daughter's grown now. But that was my only experience with a much younger man. I mean, he was like 14 years younger than me. So it was over the 10 years. Wasn't like this, wasn't like 20 years, but it was enough for, I was 14. I was a teenager when he was born. Okay? I was a teenager when he was born. He was younger than my younger brother. So after that experience, I said, okay, yeah, we're not going to talk to anyone that young again. Now, for clarification, with me, I always would get guys that were younger than me because they thought I was younger. Like when I was in my late 20s, I was getting guys in their early 20s because they thought I was their age. They thought I was their age, but I was way older than them. Okay? So, and that happened throughout life. I would get guys that were younger than me or guys who were my age or older who thought I was younger than I actually was. So I don't get the huge gap, maybe simple thing. The guy that I talked to for that brief period of time was a unicorn. And hell, maybe these guys that you know Crystal was talking to are unicorns, but they don't look like unicorns to me. They don't act like unicorns to me. They act like guys their age with that, and I just don't understand how that would be attractive to someone in their 50s. But that's just my opinion, you know. And I'm older, you know, and I have dealt with guys that are younger than me. Hmm. I'm in a relationship now with someone who's younger than me. Not that much younger than me, but hell, he's he's younger than me. He's younger than my younger sister too, you know. But he's older than my brother, so he's less than 10 years younger than me, and I still look younger than him, and I'm in my 60s. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what you guys are saying. So I found that to be very interesting, and that's why I did the little the video on it, just talking about why we as society don't really accept that. And although people are probably a little bit more accepting of older women with younger men, they still aren't really. And now they're starting to finally start to feel creepy about older men being with younger women. So, you know, age is just a number as long as you're legal. Sorry, y'all. I'm still getting over this cough. It's cold. Um, but I just don't. Maybe it's not for me to get because a true May December romance. I just don't see that people in two different generations have a lot in common. That's my opinion. Let me see. I think I have a meeting. Oh, not yet. Okay. Let me finish this real quickly. And I am. Let's see. How long have we been here? We've been here for over 30 minutes. But I do have something else to talk about. So it's a new year, y'all. People have people come out here and they have resolutions. I'm not doing the resolutions. I don't believe in resolutions. I think it's stupid to make New Year's resolutions. Because 9 times out of 10, people don't keep their New Year's resolutions, you know. And the general ones that what do people normally come out here and do? They put out resolutions of I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna, you know, do this, do that. Um, One of the things that I do, however, during the first month of the year is I do a consecration. And consecration for me is really just, kind of cleaning out all the junk and stuff that we put in our bodies over the holidays. And it's just having a simpler diet, like, or only eating one meal a day, spending time in um, in my prayer life, spending time in just working on who it is that I want to be going forward, you know. So that's not really like a resolution. That's really just trying to recenter and reset my life, which is what I like to do. So let me get out of this. Hold on, y'all, because I am at work, but I am about to jump out of what I'm doing because if y'all know anything about the state of California, we have to take our paid breaks. So I'm about to take my paid break from work and finish up my lab because I do have a meeting coming up in about 20 minutes for work. Alright. Is that still there? Hold on now. Okay. Okay, we're good. Anyway. Alright, so let me just put myself as away for a minute. And y'all have all my attention now. So so in doing coming into the new year, what I like to think about as it is a year of new beginnings. Now, we know in the world last year, uh, in the world of social media, Cat Williams set it off for 2024. And it was a year of exposing, and a lot of ish came out as it pertains to celebrities, people in high profile positions. And for some of that, it caused conflict. But I know who it didn't cause any conflict for and didn't seem to make this person skip a beat. And that would be 40 F and 7. Yeah. Can y'all believe it? Can y'all believe that in 18 days, 18 days, 47, who was 45, will be back the F in office. And he's a convicted felon. It it is we are at a new all-time low as a country that we have someone coming into office that is a convicted felon. Did y'all see that the Supreme Court upheld something in regards to him? They wouldn't overrule. They wouldn't be on his side. That's interesting. Didn't he put a lot of those people in there? I'm just wondering. But moving right along. What I do think about this year and how I think that we should be looking at this year, I think you need to be stacking everything that you need to be stacking right now. I don't think you need to be spending any money frivolously. I am getting another car because I need another car. And I'm gonna get it before that man comes into office. But what I'm saying is that y'all need to be stacking your money. Um, if you don't have a home pantry, you need to make yourself one and start stacking up staples like rice and beans. You know, buy bulk because the prices aren't going to go down on certain items of food. Those that you can put in a deep freezer, you might want to get them when they're on sale. Put them in a deep freezer. Okay? Just saying. Watch how you're spending your money. Be financially responsible. Do not be frivolous with your spending. I would say that for the next 4 freaking years. Stack, stack, stack. Make sure if you don't already have multiple streams of income, that you get multiple streams of income Start them now. And I know a lot of people think that this is a silly one, but if you don't have any other way to start putting some money away, do the you know dollar for the first, $2 for the second, $3 for the third. You see what I'm going? Until you get all the way up to the last day of the year, the last day of the year, and then you should have a nice little sum of cash on hand. You can do that. Also, look into where you can diversify. If you are someone who does have investments, make sure that your investments are diversified. I'm talking to me, y'all, and myself. Mhm. Now, here's some of the things that I'm going to be doing to help me with these multiple streams of income. As you guys know, I did get my insurance license in the state of California last year. I will be also getting my life insurance um, license in the state of Nevada. I'm probably going to get it in Texas, and I'm probably going to get it in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. hmm and there may be a few more states. In addition to that, in addition to that, I'm also going to be getting my Series 63, my Series 7, and the SIE, or the EI licenses for security. I'm getting all the securities licenses. Yeah, I'm doing all of that too to help me to diversify where my income streams are coming from. I've said this for a few years, but I think that this year I'm going to finally also get my real estate license, at least in the state of California. At least in the state of California. What just happened? Did this thing just kick me out? Let's see what's going on. I'm telling you. Sorry, y'all. What is this doing? It's not. Okay, now it's letting me do it. So that's a part of what I'm doing. I'm also going to be. I'm in the process of trying to build a website for me, and I am going to put a store with this YouTube channel. Finally, I'm gonna try to get my TikTok up to 10K because even if they quote unquote ban TikTok, if you already have TikTok, you will continue to have TikTok. You just won't be able to download it again from any app store. That's what'll happen. But if you already have it, you already have it. They're not going to be able to go out there and take it off everybody's phone. Yeah. So I'm not sure it's going to actually get banned, but who knows? You know, I don't know. But I'm also just looking at every stream of income that I can possibly have coming in. Y'all already know that I've got two full-time freaking jobs, not YouTube, but I work in corporate America as well as I am my son's full-time caregiver, which I get paid for. Finally, that was one of the things that I had to fix in 2024. That was one of the things that I had to fix because I should have been getting paid for that, but y'all saw my video on navigating in-home support services, and that was just for the state of California. Um, it's not easy to get that money, even though it's money that is due to him. It's not easy to get it, but I finally got it. I finally have everything coming in, so we're good. But I still need to make sure that I'm crossing all my I's and dotting all my T's, and I'm making sure that I have as many streams of income as possible coming in, especially under this new old regime. Hey, M. Bernadette, how are you? Hey, Colin. So, what I'm saying, y'all, is that be prepared for everything in 2025 because you don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen in this world. Making New Year's resolutions is a bunch of BS. If you're going to make a resolution, make a life resolution, which means you want to change something in your life. Make a life change. You know, like if you need to do better with your finances, if you've never had a budget, start with a budget. Start with a budget. See where all of your money is going. Because a lot of us don't even know where our freaking money is going every month. But we're spending everything that we make. Don't spend everything that you make. Everything that you make should not be spent. Some of that money needs to be saved. And I'm not necessarily saying saving it in a bank or in your mattress. Invest some of it, save some of it, you know, recycle some of it, reinvest some of it. Like if you've got businesses, reinvest some of that into your businesses because 47 is not here for the middle class. Is there still a middle class, by the way? Those of us who make over, I don't know, what would be considered middle class now? Would it be like if you're making over $50,000? Somewhere between 50,000 and 100,000. I'll say that's the middle class, you know, and probably the people, and $100,000 a year isn't a lot depending on where you live. If you make $100,000 in California, you can barely afford to keep a roof over your head and keep your car going because your rent is $3,000 or $4,000 a month, or your house payment is $3,000 or $4,000 a month. But if you live someplace like, I don't know, Detroit, Michigan, and you make $100,000 a month, you could actually have a house paid. You could have a house that you own, hmm free and clear, in a couple of years, if that's what you make, because you could buy a house for under $100,000 in certain parts of Detroit. Yeah. So I'm going to be investing in property this year as well, not in the state of California, because that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Let me see. I think it's time for me to. I think it's time for me to check back in. Is it not? Yep. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get ready to get off of here because yeah, I have a meeting coming up. I will be back on later because I didn't really finish saying everything that I wanted to say, but I think I put some nuggets out there for you guys about some of the things that I think as an elder are smart things that we should be doing this year. That's making sure that you are stacking your money. Make sure that you have you a food pantry, even if it's a small food pantry in your house with stable items, because food prices are not going to go down, because that's who y'all voted for. If you don't have a deep freezer, I would invest in a deep freezer so that you can buy certain things in bulk when they on sale, so that when you need them, you have them. And FY, here in the state of California, eggs are like 11, $12 for a dozen. The F, so that doesn't seem. I'm still able to find them under $10. Like I think I found them for $7. Check your dollar store if you're in California. Go to the dollar store. You might be able to get a half a dozen eggs. Just saying. Also, make sure you have multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income, y'all. Multiple streams of income is the way to go. At this point, sorry, y'all. Drink a little bit more of my tea. At this point, have four that are consistent. Two that are very consistent, and two more that I'm pushing to be consistent. Means I'm consistently getting some income from those two every month. I need the amount of money that they're coming in with to be more. Hence is the reason why I'm getting more licenses because one of them is in finance, which is what I do in my daily life, in my corporate America. I just work in the real estate finance side of things on the regulatory compliance side of that. But before I did that, I worked on the origination side, financing real estate. But this is in financial services, so hence I'm getting all these securities licenses this year. I'm getting me more licenses as far as life insurance because you do have to be licensed in every state for life insurance. You just do. The securities license, you need to be get all of the licenses in the state that you're in, and then you can get what they call a non-resident in other states. That's what I'm going to be doing in other states outside of California for my insurance licenses. I'm going to go get non-residence licenses for those states. So I got a lot that I'm doing. Yeah, I know I'm in my 60s, but I still want money to be coming in. I still want money to be coming in. I still want money to be coming in. But I will be back tomorrow, you guys. I'm gonna try to do this like every work day, you know, early in my work day. So that's still in the morning for y'all on the East Coast and in the center of the country. It's like earlier for me. So if I can do it like between 6 and 7 my time, that would be great because it's really, really quiet. Nobody else is up in the house but me. Um, but we're gonna figure it out. It's gonna happen. And I am also going to be doing that dump that I said. I think I said it in this slide, or it might have been another one. I'll be doing a holiday dump. It'll be from my holidays at Thanksgiving and my Christmas holidays of all of the stuff that I get out of town. I'm just gonna do one big dump of all of that later today. I think I'm going to do it under Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom. Yeah, Archie Autism Mom Chronicles vlog. I think this will be vlog 164 or 165. But it's coming. It'll be out later today. I got more content coming for you guys. Um, just I'm gonna be consistent. I'm just gonna get my stuff out, and I will see you in these YouTube streets. Thank you for the replay crew. Anybody who comes through and listens to my replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get figure this out. I'm gonna figure out how to share these before I actually go live, because somehow I kicked myself out of the live. But I will see y'all. Let me turn it around. Hold on. I'll see you guys. Yeah, this is my fan for the hot flashes, y'all. This is for hot flashes. Of course it's purple. Of course it's purple. But I'll see you guys. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for coming to my live. Peace. Bye, y'all.